Hello, hello. It is Mother's Day. So, for those of you that are mothers or are about to be mothers, I wish you a happy Mother's Day. For those of you that want to be mothers, I pray that you get the blessing that you are seeking. And for those of you without mothers, like my heart goes out to you because it's not the same. Like, it's always an amazing thing to have your mother present in your life. But happy Mother's Day to everyone. Welcome back to another week of Sunday Spark. I'm your host Kristen, and we come in every week and just talk about strategies and tips and tools that you can use to prepare for the week ahead as you create your own success. For those of you that magically don't know me, I am a passion coach, and I help women like you to discover their passions so that they can be their true self and feel fulfilled. And the bonus is that you actually learn how to turn it all into a business as well. I wanted to start out this edition. It's a live Q&A. So if you have questions and you jump on at any point, shoot questions at me. That's kind of the whole point. Or if you're catching this on the replay, hashtag replay, and then drop your questions in as well. I'll circle back and make sure that I answer them for you too. Most of this will be me answering some of the most common questions that I get in regards to Journey to Joy. But I am going to stick around at the end, and I'm just going to throw some random facts about you, random facts about me to you. So you also get to kind of see what it's like in my life as a mom. So stick around for that because I'm just going to be as corny as I possibly can and tell you weird stories about my kids, and we'll see if I can make it through all of this without them interrupting. Um, so again, as I said, I wanted to start out with talking about things for Journey to Joy. So if you have not caught on at all, Journey to Joy is a group coaching program that I am starting up. So I've been a coach for a while, but exclusively with one-on-one clients. And I'm moving this into a group model because the importance and the value of community is so important to me. And I want to make sure that that comes through as well. So it's called Journey to Joy, and it is a 12-week program that gives you confidence and clarity to create your God-given gifts, but you take your passions, bring it all together, and you create a passion-driven business. And if you're wondering, is this for me? Does it work? The main thing is if you have had 150 ideas swirling around in your head, you're like, I know I need to start a business, but I have no clue what it is that's for me. I don't want to be a business owner with an MLM. That wasn't really the thing for me, but I'm multi-passionate and I like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Like, how do I pick one thing to start a business? I want to do all of them. Trust me, I feel you. I am definitely multi-passionate and have never denied that, but being able to find a way to combine all of my skills and my interests and the things that excite me, but more importantly, the things that fulfill me and turning that into a profitable business is what I took a long time to discover, but now I help other women to actually put that together and to do it in just 12 weeks. So you will walk out of that program like, yes, this is the business that I am led and prepared and ready to start. And you're going to have a solid foundation that you can go ahead and say, all right, now I can go make millions or whatever that decision is for you. But inside Journey to Joy, and I will call it J to J as well. So if you hear me say that, Journey to Joy, J2J as well. But you have a 12-week curriculum that is based around the Unlock method. So if you hopped in during Unlock Week as well, you heard a lot of different tips and tricks that I've been using with my clients for over 4 years, as well as things that I've been using in my life for about 6 or 7 years now as well. So you'll hear a lot of the information there. We also have bi-weekly group coaching calls. So we'll be live as a group, hanging out on Zoom, me throwing information at you and me hoping that you come back with it ready to go. But obviously it's going to be more about you processing that. You have that curriculum, we'll come together, process through your questions. There's also an exclusive Facebook group. So you'll be able to constantly interact. You don't have to wait the 2 weeks to get input from myself or from the other ladies that do the program with you. You get to jump in and see it all together as well. And if you sign up by tomorrow, so you have like 36 hours or something like, no, 30 hours because it's 6 o'clock already. So you have 30 hours. If you sign up in the next 30 hours from when I'm recording this video, you also get one-on-one coaching calls with me. So that is a huge bonus, as well as a lot of other incentives that have been added and combined. If you're paying attention, that you've kind of heard about some of these things. The early bird does expire tomorrow. However, you do have until Friday, May 15th to enroll. So don't waste time, but you can do that. Scroll through to another one of my posts and it has the link for you, but it's keycoach.com/journey for you to sign up. But obviously read through all the details, get the information you want for it as well. We officially start our first coaching call is on Monday, May 18th. So again, it's every 2 weeks, but Monday, May 18th, wow, words, are going to be when we actually start, not only as a group where you get your first week's worth of homework, but obviously we're going to kick it off together as well and be super excited about meeting. And the replays will be available. So depending on where you live, if the time does not work, or if you're either still at work or you're already sleeping, I totally get that. So they are at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but the replay will always be available. And if you do the early bird bonus, you also have one-on-one calls with me that you're always getting that same interaction and accountability as well. A lot of people ask, like, what's your program? Like, I don't understand. What makes it different? What makes it special? So here's the truth. I am a life coach. I am a certified life coach. I love saying that I'm a passion coach because I tell you what we're going to be working on, but I am not a business coach. I've worked with business coaches, but what I do is help you take all the different parts of your life and then package it up with a pretty bow. It does not have to be pink, but it's going to still have a pretty bow so that when you walk into your business coach, or maybe you know all the business strategies, you just don't know what business you're starting, we're going to walk through a lot of things. We're going to do mindset. We're going to do strategy, both mindset and strategy. We're going to do skills assessments because you need to assess and know where you're starting from before you move forward. So all of these things get combined over the 12 weeks that you can walk out and say, hi, my name is so-and-so and I do so-and-so. Like, you're going to have a really confident way of explaining it, right? So the first pillar that we go through is confidence, and the next one is clarity, and the third one is connection. So you get confidence, you get clear on it, and then you connect the dots and you're able to move forward as well as you go through on it. I will be completely honest. I have a 96% success rate. Most of that is because some people just straight up quit on themselves. So it's not that I quit on you. It's not that what I'm offering does not work. But if you choose to give up, I can't help you. Now, if you have a life situation and you're like, how do I get through this? How do I power through? That, my dear, I am still here for. I will work with you. And if you look through the testimonial with Rachel, scroll through earlier this week, testimonial with Rachel, she went through not so great times at the beginning of this year, and we continue to work together that she was able to still come out of that with her goals worked on and still support her family as they needed her as well. So I totally get that life comes at you. It comes at all of us regardless of what we want, and if it never came at you before, then you got coronavirus like showing up on your doorstep and affecting how we all just do our day-to-day. So I absolutely understand that like life is going to come at you. And those are tools and techniques that I have built into this curriculum. So even if everything is hunky-dory right now, if you choose to revisit this curriculum again over the holidays, you're going to say, hey, you know what? You have lifetime access to the curriculum as well. So you can always go through it. Maybe as you have one business, but you want to start a second or a third, you can go back into this curriculum and say, okay, what is it that I want to do? How do I want to all of this work together as well? And so, it's a repeatable process, and many people have said, hey, I took those same tips and techniques and I used it in my personal life, not just in that transition into business as well. And then if you want to sign up, again, just go to keycoach.com. That's kecoach.com/journey. And it will walk you through all the steps. Super simple. There is a payment plan available. However, because it's the first time I'm running this as a group model, everything is discounted. So you get 50% off right off the bat just because I'm running it as a group model for the first time, and that makes it $997. So $997 for you to do all of this. Again, get those ideas to stop swirling in your head. Walk through a process where you come out saying, I know exactly what I am called to do and how I'm going to do it as well. And at the end of those 12 weeks, you're like ready to hit the ground running. You have a lot of the tips and techniques and anything that I've learned from a business coach or a webinar, I'm going to pass it on to you. Like, I'm not holding back and saying, oh, it's not in the curriculum, I can't tell you. If I know it, I'm sharing it with you. But again, there's also a payment plan available to make it a little bit easier. You can break that payment up as well. But I told you, if you stuck around, you would get to hear some weird, quirky things about yours truly. So I don't think, this is the first one, I don't really think that kids need to have their business out on social media, mostly because if my kids grow up and they're like, I think social media is horrible, they can at least know that like they don't have a full-on documentary. So yes, I have pictures of my kids out on the internet, like I'm not, completely against it, but I will never actually say my kids' names. So they each have nicknames, and I actually will like refer to them as that as well. And then if you ever make a comment and you put my kid's name, I will delete it for that reason. So my son is Burrito. It started, well, yes, I love Mexican food, but that's not how it started. So it actually started because when you swaddle a baby, my son just straight up looked like a burrito and you wanted to eat him because he was cute and adorable. So that's actually where his nickname came from. And then when I was pregnant with my daughter, it was like, okay, where do we go with this one? We have a burrito. What do we name the other one? And I think we spent more time trying to pick her nickname in comparison to like the name on her birth certificate, which they both still have like meaningful names. Like we looked up the definition and the history. I think the history of names is super important. But I was like really like obsessing, like what are we going to name her? What are we going to call her? Her brother's Burrito. What's the other one? So she's a fall baby. And I love all things pumpkin spice, that we named her Pumpkin. So I have Pumpkin and Burrito. Those are my kids. Can you tell how much I like food as well? So food is, wonderful. And I can't wait to like go have, Epcot type of food around the world, everything again. But that's, two things that I call my kids. So it is a version of respecting their privacy, even though I know there's people who are like, they almost don't have kids. Just because of how private they keep, their social media. There are also people who like their kids have their own Instagram handle. So like to each his own, but again, that's just a little bit about me. I am a football mom. And once quarantine is done, I hope to also become a gymnastics / American Ninja Warrior mom. So my son watches American Ninja Warrior and is super excited about the show and like determined to be Drew Dressel. In some point in his life. And if you don't know the show, like that's the guy that just won $1 million. So he's the best ninja warrior out there. But my son really wants to do it. And I didn't really want to be a dance mom per se. I was a cheerleader. I was a dancer, like nothing against those things. I just didn't really want to be a dance mom. So I'm hoping that I can put my daughter into gymnastics when my son starts American Ninja Warrior and be a gymnastics mom instead. If she decides that when she's 5 that she wants to go do ballet, like we'll talk about it then. And it's probably an option, but I am all things sports. I think it's really important for kids to be active. What else can I tell you? My kids love food as much as I do. I was watching Elevation Worship, their service this morning, and Holly was talking about, shout out to the moms that have teenage boys that are eating all the food. And I was like, well, my kid's half that age and he's eating all the food. Does that count? And my daughter's not, she's, once she figured out what her teeth were there for, she jumped right in and she's eating all the food as well. So I have 2 foodies on hand, which is great because I always can like make healthy foods and they will always try them out as well. But eventually I'm going to need like a 3rd or 4th job just to provide the food that they keep eating as well. I don't really have a ton of like super exciting things. I love to travel and I want my kids to travel the world as well. During quarantine, that means traveling to the backyard for fresh air. But we do hope to like start hiking again soon and really just like being out and adventurous. Showing them all that life has to offer is like my biggest goal in life. And so I had a mom that did that for me. So my goal is to do it for them as well. But I wanted you guys to know a little bit more about me as well. It's not that exciting. Like I I work, I'm a mom, I'm a coach. That's it. So I don't have these crazy extravagant stories because just as soon as my daughter was pretty much old enough to travel, we also went into lockdown and safety became a priority. But I hope that next year we can knock like 20, 30 places off the bucket list with some road trips or weekend trips, as well as a couple like nice vacations too. Again, if you guys have questions, want to know more about me or about Journey to Joy, go ahead and drop it in the comments, #replay, and let me know what I can answer for you as well. I am so glad that you joined me for another week of Sunday Spark. We've had a few little, variety type of episodes, but after this next week, we will go back into a very formal, like, come here, get your education, and type of thing to prepare you for the week ahead. So some things I haven't picked exactly what weeks, but we're going to talk about healthy eating. We're going to talk about health and wellness a little bit, and I'll probably bring in some friends to help me get through all of that. So if you're watching and that's something that you do, like, message me. I'm all for collaborations. But yeah, we're going to do, health and wellness, some food prep. We'll probably talk about some scheduling things a little bit more. And one of the things I know I definitely want to talk about is John Maxwell, because like 90% of the things that I teach are essentially John Maxwell's, curriculum and the leadership things that he's already presented. If you've never read one of his books, he has 100 of them. So go pick one and read it. If you need a suggestion of where to start, let me know. I'll have like a quick conversation with you and I'll tell you what book I think you should start with for him. But like, yes, all things John Maxwell. I just spent the week going through an intensive of the 15 laws of growth. I don't recommend you start there if you've never done leadership before because he pushes you off the cliff real quick. But I do recommend that you get some training from John Maxwell as well. Even if you cannot invest in a coach, it is important that you invest in yourself. And the John Maxwell book is a great way to start. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you right here on Sunday, May 17th, which is crazy. Like, where's this month going? But yeah, next week is Sunday, May 17th, and I'll see you all here then for Sunday Spark right inside the Focus and Fulfilled Women's Group. Bye-bye.